Hello everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. This episode is very special because 4th of July is coming soon. The episode will be previewing the 2022 parade in Pittsfield, which is returning after a 2-year absence, as well as other 4th of July activities. Plus, I'll be talking about a new show at the Williamstown Theater Festival, some new concerts at Tanglewood, the chance to write the world's largest poem at Word X Word Festival, and discussing a very special anniversary happening here at WWHEN. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, which famous composer is celebrating their 90th birthday with a concert at Tanglewood? Now, for this episode's local headlines. First, as stated at the beginning of the show, the 4th of July parade is happening for the first time in 2 years, even with certain COVID rules and regulations still in place. The theme for this year's parade is Back with a Bang. Those who will be marching in the parade will be honoring how Pittsfield and the world in general are back after a difficult past 2 years. There will be bands, drum corps, drill teams, dance teams, comical groups, veterans, local businesses, and more on display. The parade marshal will be Barrington Stage Company's soon-to-be retired artistic director, Julianne Boyd. Also, Pittsfield's annual Independence Day run will be taking place as well. This race is one of the more popular events to go along with the parade and brings together runners everywhere from Berkshire County to New Jersey. The parade kicks off at 10 o'clock a.m. sharp on July 4th. Rain or shine. It will be on its usual route, beginning at the intersection of South and East-West Housatonic Streets in Pittsfield. It will then head up South Street on the southbound lane, straight up through Park Square, continuing up through the southbound lane of North Street to Wacona Street, before ending at Wacona Park. Parking will be available at the Fenn Street and First Street lot, Eagle Street lot, McKay Street lot and garage, and the Summer Street lot. There will be no parking at Wacona Park while the parade is going on. After the parade, you can watch the Pittsfield Suns play the Vermont Lake Monsters at 6:35 p.m., where parking will be reopened. In a last-second update, there will not be fireworks after the game, but there will be a laser show at approximately 9:30 p.m. Besides the major Pittsfield parade, there will be several other events happening in Berkshire County on the 4th of July. In North Adams, the Steeplecats will be playing against the Valley Blue Sox at 6:30 p.m. Tickets will be free that day in honor of 4th of July. Afterwards, there will be fireworks at 9:30 in the same location. In Williamstown, there will be a small-town parade traditional of Williamstown. Starts at 11 a.m. on Southworth Street going from Main Street to Spring Street before ending at the Williams Inn. The night will end with fireworks at the Williams College Golf Course at 9:30 p.m. on 19 Meacham Street. In Lenox, they will be hosting the James Taylor 4th of July concert at Tanglewood. This concert is sold out, but after the show ends, Tanglewood will reopen its gates for the public for fireworks at 9:30. In Lee, there will be an all-day free picnic at the main town park. Fireworks will start at 9:30 p.m. at a place still to be determined. Finally, in Dalton, they will be hosting a small-town parade throughout Main Street that starts at 9:30 a.m. There will be lots of food, drinks, games, and laughter after 2 difficult years. At 9:30 p.m., there will be fireworks at Wacona High School's baseball field at 150 Old Windsor Road, although this could be moved. Our next stop is in Williamstown for the start of the Williamstown Theater Festival. Due to new management, they will only have a couple of shows each season from now on. The first of these shows is Most Happy in Concert. In this musical, the main stage bursts back to life with this evocative mediation on an American musical masterpiece from the director of the boldly reimagined Tony Award-winning revival of Oklahoma. Drawing on a broad range of musical genres and performed by a company of 20 actors and musicians, Most Happy in Concerts invigorates the musical concert form, inviting new audiences to consider anew Frank Losier's exquisite score from The Most Happy Fella. Conceived and directed by Daniel Fish, and with choreography from Willa Jo Zallar, this musical event provides thrilling and contemplative ways to experience and connect with this magnificent and lush score. A deep dive into love, desire, isolation, and connection. Most Happy in Concert will be taking place from July 13th through July 31st. Masks will be required at all times, and proof of vaccination is still being determined. Visit WTFestival.org for more information. The Friends of the Berkshire Athenaeum, Pittsfield's local library, will be hosting its semi-annual book sale to the public. This is a great way to get many different books, CDs, DVDs, audiobooks, vinyl records, puzzles, games, and more. With so much uncertainty going on in the world today, the Friends of the Berkshire Athenaeum sale is a great way to save money. There will be 3 dates of the book sale. They will be Thursday, July 14th from 3 to 7 p.m., Friday, July 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturday, July 16th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Thursday book sale is held for members of the Friends of the Athenaeum only, but becoming a member is very easy. You can join at the door on Thursday for a small fee. Masks are not required, although they are recommended. And while the Friends are not asking for proof of vaccination, just as a precaution, if you feel sick, stay home. Next, Tanglewood and Lenox will be hosting several events. First, pianist Emanuel Ax will be returning to the Tanglewood Center on July 7th. He is a Grammy Award-winning world-class pianist born in Portland and raised in Canada. Today, he is based in New York City, where he works at the prestigious Juilliard School. He has been releasing classical music for the past 40 years. Some of the most famous musicians he has worked for have included Yo-Yo Ma, Isaac Stern, Jamie Loretto, and Richard Stoltzman, and has 8 Grammys to his credit. There will be many special guests performing at this concert. Emanuel Ax will be performing on July 7th at 8 p.m. You can purchase tickets by visiting www.lennoxmusiccenter.com, where Tanglewood is held. Click on Events, then click on Tickets. Mask and proof of vaccination are required for this event. Tanglewood also supplies the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, which famous composer is celebrating their 90th birthday with a concert at Tanglewood? The answer is John Williams. John Williams is one of the most famous movie composers of all time. Some of the most famous movies he has composed the music for have included Star Wars, the Harry Potter franchise, and most of Steven Spielberg's greatest work. Earlier this year, Williams turned 90 years old. Now, Tanglewood will be celebrating his birthday, with the Boston Pops performing both his concert music and film scores on August 20th at 8 p.m. Joining them will be Yo-Yo Ma, Brandon Marcellus, James Taylor, and other surprises to be announced. The same rules for purchasing tickets and health and safety protocols apply as discussed earlier. Visit lennoxmusiccenter.com for more information. On previous episodes of WWHEN, I've talked about how Barrington Stage Company is having a full season in 2022 after numerous issues due to the pandemic. Their season will be continuing with the show Anna in the Tropics. The show's plot is, in 1929, a handsome lector arrives at one of the last Cuban cigar factories in Tampa, Florida, to entertain the workers when they hand-roll cigars. But when the lector begins reading the novel Anna Karenina, a complicated novel by Leo Tolstoy, the passionate, frustrated lives of the characters in the book begin to parallel those of the listeners. This play was originally written by Nilo Cruz, and it won the 2003 Pulitzer Prize for Best Drama, becoming one of the rare shows to win the award without first appearing on a New York stage. The Barrington Stage Company version is directed by Elena Aroz. Cast is still to be determined. Anna in the Tropics will be playing at Barrington Stage Company from July 16th through July 30th. It will be held at the Boyd Quinson Main Stage. There will be several special nights for this show. One of these will be a free lobby chat with director Elena Aroz, which will be held on July 30th. Also, throughout the show, Cuban artist Humberto Fernandez will be highlighted at the Wolfson Theater at 122 North Street. His artwork consists primarily of encaustic photography and paintings. He employs a 5,000-year-old process using rice paper, beeswax, with acrylic, oil, and wax paints fused together at 185-degree heat, in collages mounted on wood or prepared encaustic boards. Tickets here are free with purchase of tickets to Anna in the Tropics. Finally, on July 27th, there will be a Berkshire Residents Night, where tickets are 25% off Berkshire County residents. Masks at Barrington Stage Company are required at all times. Visit barringtonstageco.org for more information. Our next stop is in Hancock-Shaker Village to discuss a new art exhibit titled Swept, This Work I Will Do. In this exhibit, the title of which is taken from a Shaker hymn, artist and broom squire, someone who makes brooms for a living, Kate Richards, created a series of sculptural objects using established broom-making techniques to explore issues in today's world. Some of Richard's sculptures are made of normal broom-making materials, while others use fiber, plastic, and metal. There will also be discussions by Richard highlighting the history of the broom as a spiritual object. Swept, This Work I Will Do, opened on June 18th, and it will be running until mid-November. For tickets, visit hancockshakervillage.org. In a statement on their website regarding COVID policies, quote, COVID policies reflect recommendations of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the CDC. Visitors who feel comfortable wearing a mask are welcome to do so, end quote. Vaccine proof is not required at this time. Are you interested in poetry? The Word X Word Festival, based in Pittsfield, is setting out to create the world's largest poem. Note that this says largest, not longest. The poem will actually consist of 50 very short poems created by 50 different poets. This is how the process will work. All poets will be randomly selected to go in a certain position. Poet number 1 will write 3 to 5 short stanzas of a poem and will pass only the last word to poet number 2. Poet number 2 will write a new short poem, with the first word being the last word that they were given. This process will repeat itself until the 50-poet poem is complete. If this sounds complicated, Word X Word Festival's website shown here shows a good example of how to get started. To sign up, visit wordxwordfestival.com and click on WLP, or World's Largest Poem. Then, after reading the directions, click Sign Me Up. If you are chosen, you will receive your final word prompt on a random date. All poets will read their works on July 23rd at the Mount in Lenox. It's a very special time here at WWHEN. This episode marks the 1-year anniversary of me filming at Pittsfield Community Television Studios. It's also been 2 years since I started filming WWHEN at home. And this anniversary coming up really shows the growth of the show over the past 2 years. First, a history of how WWHEN came to be. Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News started at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, or MCLA, as part of my broadcast journalism degree in the spring of 2019. I was almost close to graduating in 2020 when the pandemic first started. So I was forced to take it from MCLA studios to my living room. While COVID restrictions were at its tightest, I continued filming at home for almost a year and a half. Finally, in July 2021, restrictions were finally loosened up, and I began filming my episodes at PCTV Studios. The episodes grew in quality, and last year I received the honor of the 2021 PCTV Programming Excellence Award for a television series. This was a huge accomplishment for me, and I hope to be filming at PCTV for quite some time. It's now time for this episode's movie portion of WWHEN. This week we're going to be doing one of RT's favorite films. In honor of WWHEN's 1-year anniversary of filming at PCTV and 2 years of the evolution of WWHEN, I'll be doing a flashback review of the first RT's favorite film I ever did, even before I started filming at PCTV Studios. The film that I discussed, which is still a favorite of mine today, was 2016's Nerve. This movie is based off a book by Gene Ryan. Nerve is a dramatic thriller that deals with high school senior V. Despite having a good amount of friends, she faces questions and teasing about her self-confidence issues. Towards the end of her senior year, a good amount of her friends are playing the online game Nerve, exclusively for teenagers. In this game, there are watchers and players. Players do the dares that watchers suggest, and they receive higher monetary awards for each dare. There are 3 rules to this game. 1, all dares need to be filmed. 2, if you fail or bail, you're eliminated. And 3, don't tell any adults what you're doing. V faces pressure into doing this, but eventually signs up to be a player. Everything is innocent at first. Kiss a stranger, visit New York City, but then the dares become more dangerous. Along with a handsome stranger named Ian, who might not be as innocent as he seems, V must figure out a way to survive Nerve without losing her friends or life in the process. The movie was a success at the box office, earning a robust $38,583,000 against only a $19 million budget. Several bigger movies in 2016 failed to double their budget, but this smaller movie did. Nerve proves that the best movies don't need to be big budget spectacles. So, why do I love this movie? I feel this is a great description of how teenagers act when they are on social media. We live in a society full of TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube challenges. This movie tells how these challenges affect our social status very well, and it also shows the danger of when these challenges go too far. Additionally, I love a movie that's set in New York City. Nerve makes excellent usage of the city at night. The performances are excellent. In particular, Emma Roberts shows great character development as V, as we see her truly grow into her shell. Additionally, Dave Franco is charming as the love interest, Ian. He plays him innocent at first, but as more is revealed, he really sells what he has been hiding. Also, this movie handled the romance well. In some movies, the romance comes along as forced, but not here. You felt it was inevitable, so you just went with it. Finally, make sure to stick around for the closing credits. They're some of the most creative ones I've seen in a while. Nerve is available for streaming on Netflix, Hulu, and XFM on demand. That ends this episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit Pittsfield TV's and CTSB TV's websites shown here, or visit NBCTC's Facebook page. Also, if you would like to see the episodes in HD quality, make sure to check out my YouTube page at RT Wehry. Thank you, and have a happy 4th of July.